Currently we have 750 landowners that consist of about 100,000 manageable acres. We're in Conway County, about 50 miles west of Little Rock, on a private tract of land that we manage. The landowner has about 1,500 acres, mostly pine management with a little bit of hardwood mixed in it. The landowner bought it back in the 60s. So when he purchased this property, it was primarily made up of mostly cattle pastures that really weren't very much use at the time. And now we've added approximately 800 acres of pine forest out here, which have a lot of benefits to the environment. As long as we can keep them healthy, keep them growing, we have a lot of carbon uptake, a tremendous amount of wildlife habitat out here. I mean, anytime we can create these multiple stands that join together, we really add a whole lot of wildlife habitat and a lot of diversity for the entire tract. So this particular tract has about 3 miles of ownership that actually lays right on a pretty major creek. Anytime we're dealing with a landowner that has any type of water source, especially a significant one like this, we always want to recommend leaving a streamside management zone, or what we refer to as an SMZ. So right here, we're on top of a ridge with a 4-year-old loblolly pine plantation. The trees are doing great. They've topped out over all the competing vegetation, and for now, they'll just be left to grow. The next stand we're going to be coming into is about a 9-year-old pine stand. You can see the difference in this age. The sunlight is not penetrating through that stand compared to the 4-year-old stand out there, and they're not getting a lot of sunlight to the forest floor. They'll start naturally pruning themselves. Those lower branches will start dying off and falling off and get the tree quality formed up to where we want it to be. Forest management is something that a lot of landowners often don't think about. We come into a landowner and sit down with them and ask them what their goals and objectives are, and we find out they really don't have any. They have land, they just want to let Mother Nature run its course, and managing these forests, they're just like cattle, they're just like row crops. Sometimes they have to have a little bit of TLC, and sometimes we have to do some things to help them along the way. One of the tree farms that I manage actually is my in-laws. They have a 120-acre tree farm, the Rainey tree farm out there. And he truly uses it as a multi-use property. He has 5 grandkids and just loves watching those grandkids be able to recreate on that property. Multiple different ages of timber stands on it, so the wildlife habitat is thriving and doing good. And that's truly what makes Mr. Rainey happy.
When you have land, you're a steward of that land. We're to take care of it and do something productive with it.
All the grandkids have, including my 2 kids, have trails on the property that are named after them. That's something that they'll always remember, the kids will cherish for the rest of their life.
I got the bright idea one time that it would be neat to let the grandkids all pick out the trail. I would get signs made that had their name on it.
So families like the Raineys are really important for long-term sustainability. They want to do the right thing. They're really good landowners, and plus they're my in-laws.
We're fortunate on our farm to have our son-in-law, Jeff Berry, as our forester. He keeps us posted on what we need to do and when to do, and we discuss when to thin, when to plant, when to harvest. It's a long-range deal. We started in 80 and 81, and we're still just planted a few more here just a few years ago, some more pines. One
of the biggest challenges we have as the forest industry is really getting the positive message out there that the things that we're doing in the field, there's a lot of good things going on.
Just think of all the things that are made with paper that comes from trees. Think of all the houses that are built with trees and lumber.
People should really feel good about using forest products. There's everything about the whole circle and the whole process that's good for the environment.
These landowners, these tree farmers are out there, this is a livelihood for them. This is how they make their living, and this is how they want to pass that lifestyle down to the next generation. And there's a lot of good things that goes on that we really need to get that message out there and say this is why we do the things we do.